Hello, I'm Flo from Wildchain, and today I want to share with you 5 games that inspired our play to impact game, Wildchain. Now, most games are inspired by other games, and that's totally fine. I think true originality in games is very rare, and I think we often think about originality as inventing something completely new. But in reality, most games build on ideas and mechanics from the past. So I think originality is more about remixing familiar elements in a fresh and exciting new way. And that's exactly what we did with Wildchain. So we drew inspiration from some of our favorite games and then added our own unique touch to it to really create something truly innovative for our players. So now I want to give you a quick overview of 5 of those games and share maybe 1 or 2 things that really stood out to me, whether it's a favorite mechanic or just something that I loved about each game. Let's kick it off with number 5. Number 5 is Neko Atsume. Neko means cat in Japanese and Atsume means to collect or collection, and that's exactly what the game is about. It's a cat collection game. It's such a fun, simple, relaxing game. All you do is basically you place out food or decor in your house, and then you wait and see what cats show up, and that's it. And it's always a fun surprise to come back and check in and see who showed up, especially if you were finally able to attract that super rare cat that you've been waiting for. And that is actually the part that I like the most, this sort of anticipation and surprise. You're always eager to check back in and see what's new, and we really also wanted to recreate that, to capture that feeling in Wildchain, that you're always excited to return and discover what's new, what animals have made their way into your sanctuary. Next on the list is Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, and that's the mobile version of Animal Crossing. And yeah, it's a game all about creating your own little world at your own pace. It's also a very sort of calm game. And basically you decorate your own campsite. You can invite friends and you can even go fishing. And the coolest thing that inspired us was the way that characters that you invite, your friends, have specific needs. And you have to fulfill those in order to get them to visit your camp and to actually move into your camp. So that really pushes you to decorate your camp thoughtfully and to make it as nice as possible. And I loved how this system gives purpose to customization. So it's not just you're not just decorating, but there's actually a reason behind it why you're decorating. And in Wildchain, we also wanted players to feel that same motivation, that you're not just decorating for fun, but that you actually make your sanctuary into a welcoming space for your animals and connect that with the storyline as well. That was number 4, Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. Number 3 is Gardenscapes. And Gardenscapes at first glance appears that it's a match 3 game, but there's actually a lot more to that game. And I think what makes Gardenscapes special is how it combines the match 3 puzzling or other sort of small puzzle mini games with story progression and decorating your garden. So the fun fact is actually that Gardenscapes started off as a hidden object game, and the developers later on pivoted to match 3. I think that the main reason behind that decision was actually the scalability, because match 3 games are easier to create content for and to create many levels, which you can't do with a hidden object game, because there's a lot of design work required. What really inspired us about is how Gardenscapes fuses the puzzles with the story and decorating. So we really wanted to bring something like that also to Wildchain, that the decoration is connected with the storyline, and by decorating you're pushing the storyline forward, and that I found really cool. We are down to number 2, and number 2 is Tamagotchi. Some of you might not remember that, but it was these little virtual pets that you had to feed, clean, and keep happy. And yeah, Tamagotchi was a huge inspiration for us at Wildchain as well. And I think what stood out for us was the strong bond that you formed with your virtual pet. And it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. If you neglected your Tamagotchi, things could go bad really fast, and the game really gave you this sense of consequence. If you see your Tamagotchi get sick or worse, that was a quite innovative feature of that game, and yeah, it added a real responsibility and urgency. And we wanted to bring something like that into Wildchain as well, not as extreme as Tamagotchi, but the animals in your sanctuary require care, and your actions directly impact their well-being. So it's about creating that rewarding bond, but also understanding that your choices in the game matter. And finally, number 1, and that is Pokémon. And specifically Pokémon Blue Edition for the Game Boy Color. It's an old game, but really a game that defined a generation and had a huge impact on me for sure. And in Pokémon, you set off on an adventure where you want to catch 150 different Pokémon. And it's not only about capturing them, but it's also about training them. And while you do that, you build a real bond with your Pokemon. You evolve them through different stages, and you make your team stronger over time. Another really cool feature of the Blue Edition was you could actually trade Pokemon using the Game Boy Link cable. So you could link 2 Game Boys together with a physical cable, because back then there was no Wi-Fi, of course, or cloud-based games, and you could trade Pokemon that way, and it was quite a game-changing feature back in the day. So that sense of bonding, progression really inspired us, and we wanted to create that in Wildchain as well, where players adopt these endangered animals, they care for them, they watch their ecosystem flourish, and yeah, just like building your ultimate Pokemon team. So those are just a few games that inspired us to create Wildchain. Each one brought something unique to the table and helps us shape the game into what it is today. But now we also need your help to take it to the next level. So Wildchain is currently in alpha testing stage, and we would love you to be part of the journey. So you can join our Discord community and share your feedback, help us shape the game, and together we can build something really special. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.